Hello everybody. Jesus said, "Eat my body and drink my blood." But what does it mean? According to the Church, eating Jesus' body means eating the bread, the Eucharist, which is the real body of Jesus. In other terms, they repeat what happened at the Last Supper. The bread became the real body of Jesus and everyone ate it. Is it really so? Well, here I represent it on a piece of paper by means of a sickle, the city of New York. This is perfectly normal. This is case number 1. But now I say this is the real city of New York, case number 2. Well, that was not the real city of New York, it was just some ink on a piece of paper. There is a big difference. And what did Jesus say, number 1 or number 2? Of course, he said number 1. He said, "This is my body." He didn't say, "This is my real body." Here we have Jesus in a painting of Leonardo da Vinci. If the real body of Jesus was needed, then that body was available. So no need for bread. But of course they could not eat the real body of Jesus. This is why they used something else, the bread. Therefore, with the bread is different from the real body, because there was no pain when biting it. It was different but from the real body. But if it is different, it means that was not the real body of Jesus, because there was a difference. There was no pain when biting it. That bread only symbolically represented the body of Jesus. And eating that bread, they symbolically represented the action of eating his body. They used it to represent the action of eating his body, the action requested by Jesus. But now we still don't know what's the meaning of eating the body of Jesus. Well, this means that it was just eating the Jesus body was a pure and spiritual way to indicate a particular action to be done by the people. It was an allegory, because Jesus is not of this world, is of another world. Jesus does not use mundane speech. Here we have other allegories. I am at the door to the sheepfold and the door to heaven. If you want to go to heaven, if you want to enter heaven, you must go to the door of heaven. But I am the door of heaven, so you must come here by me, because I am the door to heaven. Or I am the vine and you are the branches. The branches cannot be cut off from the vine. Jesus was the door, then was the vine, and now he is the bread of life. Jesus said, "I am the bread of life." They all are allegories. So we have this figurative action of eating Jesus, he who feeds on me. And what real action, what vulgar action could be recalled by that? Well, the action of eating food, where food can be picked, accepted, or ignored and refused, Thus, eating Jesus means accepting him, not picking other food instead of him, not ignoring him, not refusing him. In other words, this means having a relationship with him. Therefore, by eating the bread, they symbolically represented people who accept Jesus and have a relationship with him. So this was the first meaning. To have eating the bread means eating the body of Jesus means having a relationship with him. This is of paramount importance. This relationship with Jesus must exist now. When we will die, it will be too late to build a relationship. Everything will be over. The relationship with Jesus must happen now. This is of paramount importance. And now we see what's the meaning of drinking the blood of Jesus. Here we have a computer without software. Now we inject some software in it. And the software is information. And this information circulates through the central processing unit to be processed. We could say that the CPU is the heart of the computer. It circulates through it, is processed, and then it can be, when it is processed, it could be, for instance, displayed that information. The CPU is the heart of the computer. Well, in ancient times, the heart was considered to be the center of the intellectual life of a person. It was used to think and also for emotions. You see, Jesus said, "Why reason ye these things in your hearts?" This was stated by Jesus in the Gospels. So the heart was used for thinking. Well, if the heart was the thinking organ, which worked as a pump, which pumps blood, well, what could blood be according to Jesus? If the heart is the thinking organ, what is the blood? It is reasonable to believe that the whole body of a body constituted the totality of the thoughts of a person. As a software information flows through the CPU of a computer, in a similar manner, thoughts flowed through a thinking heart. It was like the heart was like the CPU of a computer. And now it can be understood how a heart can be pure. It's very simple. If you have no wicked thoughts, that blood will not be dirty. To dirty your heart when passing through it, and your heart will also remain clean. Jesus is often represented as showing his pure heart. Why? Because he had no wicked thoughts. And so it was not dirtied by blood passing through it. Therefore, drinking Jesus' blood means accepting his blood, similar as when we accepted his body. It means that we accept his blood. It means, this accepting his blood, it means in turn to accept his ideas of the world, of everything. And therefore, if we accept the totality of Jesus' thoughts, this means that also our blood will be pure, and therefore also our heart won't never get dirty. And therefore we will have what is needed to enter heaven, a pure heart. Thus, eating Jesus' body and drinking his blood means to accept him and to accept his ideas. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.